love every single person here. With a love and with a fire that burns so deep, God. You know, earlier on, I told a story of God of the city. And I just want to make sure that people kind of grasp, because for us this song has been a song which is really just, you know, we're just a local church worship band from back home. This is what we do week in, week out when we're back home, you know, and we try to not be away for really any more than 2 weeks at a time from church, and we just absolutely love it, you know. And for us, doing this is an overflow of what we do back home, you know, and I feel like that's really important. And you know, even in see when you see kids, all right, that are being bought and sold, it is the most horrific and heinous thing you'll ever see in your life, all right? When you see people with no hope, with no futures, that they can see it from their point of view, all right? And they just do what only comes natural, or what only they know, and that's just to be bought and sold into the sex industry in Thailand or in Burma or Cambodia or wherever it may be. And when we came away from Paddy, when we came away from that place, we had to ask ourselves, you know, what are we actually about? Who are we? What do we exist for? Making music is great, and if that's all that we'll ever do, then that's it. But there must be something more. There must be so much more to this thing called the gospel of Jesus Christ. There must be so much more to basically the kind of the two commandments that reinvented everything that the Old Testament had, which was love God and love your neighbour. You know, and this world is a small place. And so as a band, we really wanted to try and connect the dots between what we do in terms of worship and in music, and worship in the greater sense of your lifestyle of every day. Because not everyone, this is just one form of worship. You know, if you're a doctor, that's your worship, all right? If you're a teacher, that's what you do for the King of Kings every single day, and you sow into kids' lives, and you bring them up to be the great men and young women. And for us, we try to be musicians, and we try to write songs, and, you know, birthed out of church and birthed out of what God's speaking into our lives, you know. But there's people on the other side of the world, there's people in your towns and your cities who need your help. You know, and I could go back to Pattaya, Thailand, which is that place that has 30,000 female prostitutes from the ages of 18 and above. And I could pray and pray and pray and pray, and that would do something. You know, I'm not a theologian or anything like that. I failed every exam I ever sat, all right? And that would do stuff in the heavenlies, all right? And I get the Old Testament idea of glory, okay? Do you know where there's the fire and the smoke, and, you know, God dwelled in the midst of this common ark, you know, and this kind of stuff, and that must have been unreal to see. But we live in a New Testament covenant. We come from the victory of the cross, and we walk in that every single day, okay? And so I get that, but what is glory these days? And for me, it's Aaron Boyd, East Belfast, and for us as a band, we've kind of penned that as the truth of God being revealed in someone's life, okay? Now that could be the alcoholic that you know, and the truth about and the glory of God is that Jesus Christ died on the cross that he could be set free, and that for me is the glory of God. And so when we sing this line, actually when Chris Tomlin cut this song, he left it out, he left this line, and I think it is actually one of the most key lines in the whole thing. And for me, where the line says, where glory shines from hearts alive with praise for you and love for you in this city. And I picture those girls in those streets who smile at you, and they have got the most amazing smiles ever. They really do. They are the most beautiful people you will ever meet. And that smile is just for cash, you know, and it's a smile that hides years of hurt and fear and all that stuff. And And the glory of God in their lives is that He has a plan and a purpose for them. That those lives that I claim over my children, you know, the old Jeremiah 29s and all those things, exist for those girls over there. Now I think here's the challenge in this song. Do we just sing this song in our cities and in our churches and within the confines of these tents and that kind of stuff? Or should worship propel us out? Should it motivate us that when we dare to take our eyes off ourselves for a minute and actually fix our eyes on the King of Kings, that we're actually propelled out because we love God and we love others? And that's the challenge I want to leave in this song, alright? And if I could be so bold, I said earlier on, right, and we got like 26 bucks, okay? And if we can do this in a year, and we can play to over 1 million people, right? We do have an organisation, we have a foundation that rescues kids out of the sex industry. So off the back of this song, off the back of all the wealth that can accrue in life and all this, we want to save kids, okay? That's what we want to do. And we pray that God opens doors for us to meet people like yourselves that want to sing this song, and we ask for $1. That's it. In Ezekiel it says, who will stand in the gap? Okay, and in the UK we do the give £1, the gap. And in the States we ask that people will gladly stand in the gap, give lovingly $1 and stand in the gap. And tonight, those kids need your help. And I don't want to do an emotional guilt trip or anything like that. It's really simple. We worship, just get $1, right? Okay, at the end of the song, there's music, there's piano stuff that goes on. One of the guys is going to run around with like the case of a snare, alright? And what this money actually does is, like, we have seen this firsthand. We were out in Burma. We got smuggled into Burma at the end of January. 3 of us almost got killed, you know, and it was the maddest thing ever. We played in a refugee camp where 20,000 people came out. It was the first ever time any music had ever been played in this refugee camp. And this is people, Christians who are being persecuted and killed. 13 million Christians are on the run in Burma right now. You know, and we've seen firsthand what that money can do, because those people are on the run, they don't exist, they get trafficked, they get bought and sold, and that's how it all starts, you know. And when you provide education, housing, when you look after them, when you teach them, when you sow into their lives, it gives them a hope and a future. And that to me is what being the hands and feet of Jesus is all about. So I don't want to lay that on you. I don't want to be, just worship, okay? We all have gods in the cities. We all have people in our lives that need to know about Jesus Christ, alright? I don't know if you want to stand. Sorry, I've definitely rambled on too much. But listen, we're here all week, okay? And please, unashamedly, we want to raise as much finance for these kids. It's nothing goes to us. I mean, absolutely, it's got nothing to do with us. We have an organisation, super lean. Every single bit of money that you hand in goes to saving kids' lives. We've set it up that way that it is super, super clean. Get your friends, grab us, give us $10 or whatever like that, and we'll put that in, and we'll see some justice. And it's called Stand Out International. So go and check it out online if you don't believe me, okay? I promise you, it is all cool. Do you want to stand and we'll sing God of the City, alright? And but thank you so much. We have this and then probably a couple more songs, and then we'll go to bed and go to sleep or stay up all night. Alright? Father, thank you once again, sorry Pete, that you're involved in every single person's life.